Hello, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Mia Cifuentes, Research Assistant. Today we're going to talk about healthy eating. We'll go over what healthy eating is and why it's important. We'll talk about how to take charge of what you eat, including goal setting. There will be tips for lowering salt, sodium, and sugar in your diet and choosing healthy fats. And we will offer general suggestions about what healthy eating is and setting goals to improve your eating habits. Before we go further, how do you define healthy eating? Healthy eating is making healthy food choices most of the time and limiting unhealthy food choices. Even with this, healthy eating can and should be enjoyable. Healthy eating is an important part of managing health conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or high blood pressure. Eating healthy is important because it can reduce your risk of certain chronic conditions such as type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity. It can also manage these conditions if you have them. It can also improve your mood. For example, maintaining a stable blood sugar through certain food choices can help with mood dips like being hangry. Eating healthy can also increase your energy and help reduce stress. The first step of healthy eating is knowing what healthy foods to eat. Just remember, plants, protein, good fats, eating more plants, lean meat, protein, and good fats are part of a healthy diet. Plants include vegetables and whole grains. Proteins should focus on lean meats like poultry and fish. Tofu and beans are also a good source of protein. Healthy fats include olive oil and avocados. Unhealthy foods include those that are high in sugar, high in sodium, have saturated fats, and that are processed like white flour products and packaged foods. Remember, skipping meals is not healthy. It is important to eat a regular interval. It's also important to stay hydrated. Drink water, avoid drinks in high sugar like juices or soda. It is also best to avoid drinks containing alcohol. Eating colorful plants provides nutrients like antioxidants, minerals, and vitamins. Purple plants have antioxidants that help with brain and heart health and inflammation. Examples: blackberries, eggplant, and blueberries. Green plants have high in iron, magnesium, vitamin K, and a lot of other nutrients and can lower blood pressure, balance cholesterol, and support heart health. Examples: lettuce, kale, spinach, avocado, green grapes, green plums. If you take a blood thinner medication, you need to speak with your healthcare provider before increasing the amount of K-rich foods you eat. Red, orange, yellow plants. We put these colors together because they have overlapping nutrients and benefits. These plants are high in vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, and beta-carotenes. They support our immune system, eyes, heart, and dental health. Examples: tomatoes, watermelon, strawberries, oranges, pomegranates, carrots, peaches, apricots, pumpkins, palm, and sweet potatoes. How can we get more fiber in our diet? We need starch for energy, but which ones should we choose? Reduce processed starches like white bread and rice, cereals, and pastries are high in carbs but low in nutrient. It's a good general rule to stick with starches that are high in fiber and low in sugar. For example, whole grains, brown rice, quinoa, high fiber and low sugar cereals, beans, lentils, and chickpeas are also good sources of protein and can be a side dish or meat substitute. Added bonus, some vegetables have starch and fiber too. For example, sweet potatoes and broccoli. Let's talk about fat. There are healthy fats and unhealthy fats. A goal for healthy eating is to focus on choosing healthy fats as part of your daily food planning. For example, choose lean meat like fish and chicken with the skin removed. Red meat should be eaten in moderation. This should be a lean cut with the visible fat cut off. Nuts and nut butter without added sugar are a great source of healthy fat. Almonds, peanuts, walnuts. Certain fruits and vegetables like avocado and soy. Dairy is high in fat, so choose low-fat or non-fat dairy products. For example, low or non-fat milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, and ice cream. Use olive and canola oil for cooking. Try soft tub margarines like Earth Balance or Smart Balance. Avoid lard, butter, or stick margarine. Remember, Everything should be eaten in moderation. You can go overboard with healthy fats or any healthy food. Healthy fats are high in calories, sometimes called calorie dense, even in small portions. Maintaining healthy portion size is also important. For example, only one handful of almonds, not a whole tin. In general, broiling, grilling, and baking are the best options. Avoid frying foods. Also, avoid heavy gravies and sauces. This includes cream-based salad dressing. For salad dressing, olive oil and vinegar and or lemon are a great option. We're going to talk about salt next. Do you know some ways to reduce how much salt you eat? Here are some tips. Try to avoid adding salt. If you do, taste your food before you add salt. Instead of putting salt in your food when cooking, add spices and herbs instead, like pepper, lemon, garlic, and onion. Avoid packaged foods. If you can't avoid it, choose low or non-salt options. Use fresh or frozen meats, fruit and vegetables whenever possible. When eating out, ask for your food to be cooked without or with less salt. Tips for reducing the amount of sugar you eat are the same. Lots of plants, lean proteins, and good fats. There are some additional things to think about. Avoid foods and drinks that are high in sugar, especially those with added sugars. There is very little nutritional value in high sugar drinks. Sometimes you will hear these called empty calories. Avoid fruit juices and dried fruits. Replace a sweet snack with fruit instead. Save cookies and cakes for special occasion treats. We've talked about meals, but what if we want a snack? Healthy snacks include a combination of the plants, proteins, and good fats we talked about. Do you have any favorite snacks that combine a plant, protein, and good fat? Here are some examples. Pre-cut vegetables plus a boiled egg, small handful of almonds about 15 plus a piece of fruit, whole wheat crackers 1 serving plus peanut butter, finger sandwiches, natural granola plus yogurt, fruit plus cheese. Now we will discuss the importance of portion size. This picture shows you a good way to divide your meal on a 9-inch plate. Each section of the plate is the ideal portion of fruit and vegetables, grain, protein, and dairy. Here's how the plate is broken down. 1/2 fruit and vegetables, 1/4 grains, 1/4 protein. Based on what we've discussed at this point, what foods would you put on your plate? What about packaged foods? The table on the back of the packaged food can be a bit misleading. When you need to calculate how much of something is in a package, always pay attention to the serving size. If the package has more than 1 serving, you'll have to multiply everything by the number of servings you'll eat. Let's look at how much sodium, fat, and sugar you'll take if you eat this whole package of chips. This whole pack is 8 servings. Eating the whole bag means you're eating 80 grams of total fat, 1,360 grams of sodium, and 120 grams of carbohydrates. That doesn't seem like a lot, but now let's look at the daily value percentages. If we times those numbers by 8, the number of servings in this package you're eating: 104% of the recommended daily fat, 56% of the recommended daily sodium, and 40% of the recommended daily carbohydrates. In the standard daily recommended 2,000 calorie diet, this whole package takes up 1,280 calories for the day. This is why we refer to the most packaged and fast foods as having empty calories. They have a lot of calories, but not a lot of nutrients. Here are some ways to take charge of how much you eat. Eat slowly so you can enjoy your foods and recognize when you're full. Eat with someone if possible. Take an opportunity to connect socially. Eat until you're satisfied, then stop. You don't need to eat to feel stuffed before stopping. Avoid watching TV or looking at your phone while eating. Pay attention to what you are eating. Enjoy the flavors and textures of the food. Make the place that you eat special. Bring out the nice plates, glasses, and silverware. Know what a portion size is. Many restaurant serving sizes are more than 1 portion. We do not have to eat everything on the plate. If you're eating out, share an entree or take home half. One challenge to eating healthy is our budget. One model to follow is the 3 Ps. Plan out your meal for the week and make a list before buying groceries. Purchase only what you have on your list. Prepare. To help with preparing meals, do some of the prep work in advance and make enough for leftovers you can have later in the week. It's good to speak with your primary healthcare provider about your eating habits. You can work with them on ways to eat healthy, especially since we have different dietary needs as we age and when we have conditions like high blood pressure, heart issues, or diabetes. They may refer you to a nutritionist or endocrinologist to help you manage. Be honest and share your experience with your providers. Let's wrap things up. Today we talked about ways to bring healthy eating into your diet: plant, protein, healthy fats, my plate, plan, purchase, prepare. The goal is to moderate and prioritize healthy foods. Finally, it's important to note that there are some medications that prevent you from having certain foods that we label as healthy. For example, some people with certain heart medications need to avoid leafy greens. This is why it's important to talk to your providers. Thank you everyone for your time today.